Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Misfit. I came from Ovitz. 285 million people around the world are visually impaired. But surprisingly, 40% of these people can correct their vision simply by wearing eyeglasses. Is it because of the lack of eyeglasses suppliers? I don't think so. There is a lot of NGOs, institutes, and companies donating tons of free eyeglasses every year. Straight to a point, it's a prescription problem. How do we get the prescription today? Through traditional measurement devices. We all have experience walking into a room where these bulky devices are installed and sitting in front of these bulky devices for what seemed a long time. Then we are sitting in front of this, and we have to answer which lens we like best. So today's devices are typically bulky, expensive, and slow, time-consuming to operate. That's why this simple eye care can reach and serve larger population. So over the last couple of years, my team and I focused on the problem, inaccessibility of eye care. And we worked hard to make a portable, inexpensive, and fast, very fast eye diagnosis device. And that's what I'm going to introduce to you today. We call it the EyeProfiler. Size of your fist, and we just simply put it in front of the eye, and that's it. In a second, you get the prescription number. It doesn't take, you don't need any technical know-how. It doesn't require any further interaction with patient. Just 5 seconds, that's it. So how do we do this? I bet you all remember this picture. So sitting in front of bulky devices, what's happening in that device? So the lenses inside the device are moving back and forth to find the best focus point of your eye. And this continues until the sensor likes the signal coming through the eye and the lenses. That's why the image you see turns from blurry to sharp. And also, this is why it takes a while to take a measurement. So we thought, what if we make the sensor a little bit more intelligent and do all the work? In other words, rather than giving multiple inputs by moving lenses to the sensor, can we just somehow shine the light once and let the sensor figure out the rest? To do that, it requires a sophisticated software algorithm to retrieve the light information on sensor, and also a simple and compact optical design that can safely deliver the light without any distortion to the sensor. So that's what we did. So that's how we could make the device this simple. That's how we make this device simple, portable, less expensive, and fast, so very easy to use. There are two additional amazing facts behind our device. First of all, it's very versatile. With the current bulky device, well, first of all, what you see behind me is all different kinds of eye disorders that your eye may have. With current device, you're only limited to measure these three information, which you're requiring for your eyeglasses. But with our device, you can measure all of this that can be correlated to other eye-related diseases. And second of all, our device has been demonstrated to be more accurate than the current one. Optometrists took our device and tested against the one that they've been using and compared to the gold standard. As you can see on the left-hand side, our data was more close to the 45-degree gold standard line. Pretty exciting. Many applications exist for our device. We can go after the replacement market, just simply directly selling our device to optometrists or optical shops to improve their patient flow and save their limited office space. We can also locate our device at pharmacies such as CVS, Walmart, or Walgreens to provide easy access to eye care and eyeglasses. But I want to emphasize on our potential in the telemedicine market by enabling a technician to visit schools, homes, and offices with our device. We can satisfy both patient and optometrist needs. Patient can get their eye examination easily, but while saving time and money. Optometrists can expand their reach to their potential customers. Perhaps companies like LensCrafter may benefit from the ecosystem we are trying to build. This is the team behind this. We are experienced optical engineer, vision scientists, and business executives. Our engineering team came from the Institute of Optics and Flom Eye Institute, the world-renowned institute where our technology was first pioneered. I think the composition of our team is the main differentiator in the marketplace. We are working closely with Project BOOM, Blindness Prevention Project in underserved area, which is also part of Yonsei University Severance Hospital. We'll be sharing our resources with them to support their continuing expansion of their activities, also and also to fulfill our mission. In parallel, we are with the acquired data, we are creating World Vision Map. We were thinking about what we can do with this device, and we set up some specific hypothesis what we can do. And as a conclusion, we are very excited to see what the combination of these two can bring to us. We are a for-profit company, but we are very focusing on developing products and services that can directly impact any positive social movements. We may not change the world, frankly, but I know and I believe there will be fewer visually impaired people tomorrow than there are today. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, I got two questions. The one is that who will be your customer? Like, directly
Can you speak up, please?
Can you hear me?
Yep, now I can hear.
The two questions. The first one is, who will be your customer? Like selling to consumer or like doctors? And the second question would be the business model. Like, what would be the business model? Like, just one time, selling the hardware, or like you are, charging monthly or something like that.
Right. I kind of intentionally put it in a very vague statement here. I hope you could understand our kind of business situation. But I can tell you that we are looking at the telemedicine model where I can tell you at this level, we are looking at the rental model, kind of giving and renting to mothers or family or person to keep track with the babies' eye-related diseases. It could be renting and subscription or per-click business model. But we first want to have the product in the market and test if that business model will work. But I think that's the level where I can share with you today.
I will also ask two questions. And the first one is, what do you think about this? How big do you think is the opportunity you are pursuing? How huge is the opportunity? And what would be the biggest challenge to achieve it? And the second question is that how strong is your team and why do you think so?
If I repeat the question first, your question was how are we going to distribute our device?
No, I mean the size of the business opportunities.
Oh, size of business opportunity.
Yeah.
To be frank with you, we don't know yet. We think this is the new model we are going to try, and I think there will be much bigger than the current eye care market. So specific number, I don't have it. Your second question was?
How strong is your team and why do you think so?
Sorry.
How strong is your team?
How strong team?
Yeah, and why do you think so?
Sorry, I'm so sorry. It's kind of noise behind me. Team. Oh, okay. How strong is our team and why I think so? So first of all, so technology we are leveraging is basically from the Flama Institute, where our engineering team has came from and studied the same technology for at least 3 years and up to 10 years. So that's where we know exactly what this technology is. And also in a marketing aspect and marketing perspective, our advisor was previously a vice president in marketing in Bosch alum and the vision division at Johnson & Johnson, and they are actually on board with us and having a physical meeting with us every week, and that kind of gives us the great connection to the marketplace. So that's why I think my team is pretty strong.
You might have already said how much is the price of the device and
How much is the cost or price?
consumer price?
Price, we'll find out once we start selling the product, but it's kind of business model question again, whom we're going to sell it to. So current device, bulky device in the market that optometrists are using, it costs up to $30,000. And we surveyed, and then we figured out that doctors are willing to pay $10,000 with our device. And with $10,000, we even have bigger gross margin than other companies selling at $30,000. So that's very compelling position that we are taking. But when you're thinking about the telemedicine market, we don't really have to sell it at $10,000. It could be even $100 or even lower than that. So we can be flexible. The why we can be flexible, we can make it very cheap.
Hey, what kind of service models have you considered? Why not give it out for free and then have charge for each diagnosis or something like that? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, definitely. That's
sure.
one of the models that we are thinking. And especially something we are very excited about is working with NGOs and Project BOOM likes. We're planning to just give out our device to them. This is part of our humanitarian missions to fulfill. But we're not just giving away our product, but the data is collected. Our software algorithm will be optimized. We're going to get the data that we can utilize for all other R&D purposes. So,
is there a way to reduce, even to really radically reduce this product to be something that you could just put over the camera on smartphones and whatnot? I mean, there are companies like iNetra who are trying to do something like that, but you know what you're doing obviously is a bit more ambitious. Yeah,
iNetra, we are basically using different technology, and there are reasons why we are looking at the different market because of the limitation of technology. But yes, we can definitely put this as an attachment to iPhone or smartphone, but there are several reasons that we want to make a standalone device. But that's something we can definitely do easily.
I have a question. It's a really, really great product, but you didn't create something really new method to measure in the eye.
Sorry, can you speak up, please?
Okay. So breaking the status quo, you said that the eye clinics and the pharmacy, they already have 30,000 units. And no matter how cheap your device is, just replacing the device might be a little difficult.
So you're saying if you're going to the replacement market, they already purchased $30,000 device, are they going to replace or repurchase the device? Yeah, that's a good question. So I'll make this quick. So as I show you, current devices, you have to sit in front of bulky devices, and patients have to collaborate with you, sitting there for 30 minutes, and you have to answer, you like this lens better or that lens better. So it takes 5 to 10 minutes. And optometrists schedule one patient per every 25 minutes or 30 minutes. That's because there is a bottleneck for it. So after our discussion with optometrists, by using our device, replacing that device with our device, they can schedule a patient every 15 minutes or down to 10 minutes. That's actually increasing their patient flow, which ends up being the higher revenue. So that's where they got really excited about. And there is also the customer satisfaction side where we can think too. So we were getting a good feedback from doctors.
Hi, my name is Hyunjun Kim. I am co-founder and CSO of the VUNO. Many people die because of the misdiagnosis. In USA, 40,000 people die in a year. And lung cancer, which is most commonly misdiagnosed disease, has 31% of the misdiagnosed error. And even to expert diagnostic agreement rate is less than 40%. It's a really big problem. So we have studied why this is happening. And we found that the answer is human factor. Diagnosis is made by a human. A human can make a mistake. And sometimes then they don't even recognize their mistake because of their bad conditions and regular background. And academic background and so on. Additionally, there is lots of data to handle for one human. Yes, people, we always suffering from the lack of a patient for thousands of years. Yes, we don't have an ability to handle this kind of massive data. So we developed the system VUNO-Med. It's kind of an artificial intelligence system. It automatically learns the lung cancer. And millions of cancer data, the VUNO-Med can construct some kind of a cancer model. By using this model, we can find the cancer and we can measure the cancer. And also we can search the similar cases. Here is the real working demo video. When we give a patient image to our VUNO-Med system, it can automatically find the cancers in 14 seconds. In case of the doctor, human, they take several minutes. And during 14 seconds, we investigate nearly 50,000 patches from the full lung image, and our VUNO-Med never miss any part of the image. And secondly, we can measure the cancer by showing the exact position on the cancer mutation progress map. And finally, doctors can search similar cases from historical database. When a doctor makes a diagnosis for a patient, they spend a lot of time by looking at the patient image based on their knowledge and experience. And sometimes they cannot make a diagnosis because the patient case is outside of his experience and knowledge. At this time, they asking other opinions from any doctors and other seniors. That is the typical process of dealing with a person's life today. And here, we have a smart version, the VUNO-Med. Doctors can define the disease more accurately by using our system. And based on this, they can find the similar cases from the historical data. So they can make a better diagnosis, and our VUNO-Med system can help doctors not to make a mistake anymore. So our system is simply artificial intelligence system based on deep learning, which is very innovative technology these days. And there is lots of open source based deep learning engine there, which is managed by the Google, Facebook, such as the big global IT company. But we found that this kind of a deep learning technology engine is not enough for the commercial agent, especially in medical area. So we have developed our own deep learning engine from scratch. The name is VUNO-Net. This is the first Korean deep learning engine, and we achieved great success, great performance in accuracy and speed. And we have 30 years of combined experience in machine learning and optimization. We were doctoral research engineers at Samsung Advanced Institute of Technology, and we have achieved great success in many different areas by using this deep learning technology. The computer-aided diagnostic market size is estimated as $1.2 billion US. But most of the market share is covered by the breast cancer only. Actually, we only have a few products that covers only 5 different types of cancers. But please notice that in this world, we have more than 100 cancers. So we believe that the market will grow at least order of magnitude times in 5 years because of the technological breakthrough like deep learning. And we currently working with the 2 biggest hospitals in Korea, and these 2 hospitals' market share is nearly 20% in Korea. So we're gonna get millions of cancer image data from this hospital, and our VUNO-Med will learn this data, and we finally get cancer model. And we received seed money from 2 major VCs, and 3 different government agencies are helping us strategically and financially. We are 5 months old company. We are a very young company, but we are really fast-growing company. In medical area, ethnic difference is very crucial. So we really want to work with other hospitals and other countries please contact us to work with. We are really waiting for your help. And VUNO's mission is being a medical version of Google in 5 years. And our company's great value will be saving your lovely family's life by helping our doctors. Thank you.
I have two questions. So one is that you saying that you are getting the 2 million data from the two big hospitals.
Oh, sorry, I cannot hear.
You said that you are getting the medical image
Yes.
from 2 million medical images from two big hospitals in Korea. So my
Yes.
question is that, is it enough? Is it sufficient to train your neural net?
I cannot.
제가 한글로 말씀드릴게요. 200만 장 받는다고 하셨잖아요. 200만 장 데이터 가지고 트레인 시킨다고 하셨잖아요.
네.
그게 충분한지 그 데이터 2 밀리언 가지고.
Usually, each hospital has their own big, massive medical image data. So we'll get this data from one hospital, and we believe that there is lots of data from other hospitals. So firstly, we are currently working with one hospital, the biggest hospital in Korea, and we're gonna get millions. I don't know the exact number. But
How can you tell that your
handle.
how can you tell your product is really helping doctors, or how more accurate your product compared with real doctors are doing?
I'm really sorry, but I cannot hear you.
진짜 의사들이 하는 거랑 이 기계가 하는 거랑 얼마나 더 이게 정확하고 말할 수 있는지 어떤 에비던스가 있는지 증거.
Yes, I'm not saying it's perfect. By mean, the perfect is not actually the perfect, but usually two expert diagnostic agreement rate is less than 70%. So our system will give the baseline system, give it the baseline for the doctors. Maybe some doctors will make better diagnosis on specific patient, but our VUNO-Med system will give the seniors' opinion because they already learned millions of data from seniors and other doctors.
Yeah, deep learning and medical data sounds like an perfect combination. So you mentioned that you had two products, VUNO-Med and VUNO-Net, right?
Yes, right.
So would you tell me more about the VUNO-Net, the new product you're coming up? Yeah.
Actually, first, two things important you want. Okay, VUNO-Med is kind of a CAD system. CAD is a computer-aided diagnostic system. But in the world, there's only one market, only breast cancers. But in these days, there are several companies trying to get FDA approval. And maybe we estimated that maybe 3 years later, the product will publish it in real world. So we are also going to that point. And secondly, our VUNO-Net is actually convolutional neural network. It's kind of a branch of the deep learning. There are several branches. There's CNN and RNN and other things. But CNN, convolutional neural net, is very powerful, especially in image data. And we built the convolutional neural network. Additionally, we have some algorithms. Maybe we'll get the patent in this year. We will, yes. And there is a special our own deep learning engine, I can say. Yes.
Thank you.
네, 저는 오디오가 문제 있는 것 같아서 한국말로 질문 드릴게요. 지금 런 캔서 외에 5가지 캔서에 대한 데이터를 모으고 있다고 그러셨는데 그 캔서 부분에 대한 진단만 하실 건가요? 아니면 다른 진단까지 확장을 하실 건가요? 그게 첫 번째 질문이고요. 두 번째는 IBM 왓슨하고 경쟁을 모델로 가시는 건지 아니면 파트너십으로 갈 수 있는 모델이 가능한지에 대한 의견 좀 부탁드립니다.
네. 영어로 답 English. First of all, actually we are co-working with other company, other hospitals. Actually, in case of brain, we firstly approached to get the brain cancers, but we found that brain Alzheimer is much more important. So we are also looking at this branch, and also possibly we can find more practical use of this system, not just by the cancer, maybe some muscle pain, and any other things. Actually, I don't know because we have no background of the medical, but we are finding this now. And second question, Watson. Yes, that must be a great comparator for our company, but we are also doing this, and there is a chance that ethnic differences there. Maybe they are trying to learn their system only in Europeans, but we can learn Asian people. And there is one more point that the Korean is the first company that has the radiology image, they have massive images of the lung CT and X-rays because it's very cheap in the world. So we're gonna use lots of image, and we will go to another country for the market.
그러면 한국 시장 외에 일본과 중국에 집중하실 생각이신가요?
First of all, we'll concentrate on the Korean, and next is USA. The market size, yes, because the market size is bigger.
Just a real quick question. How are you going to make money in the next couple years?
2, 3년 동안 돈 어떻게 버실 거냐고요?
네.
다음 2, 3년 동안 돈 어떻게 버실 거냐고요?
Money. Actually, I don't want to say these things in this place, but actually there's lots of chances. We didn't know before, but we found that in semiconductor industry, they have the same modality like CT and X-rays. Maybe our system can use without much modification, maybe. So we don't care about the money because there's lots of chances now. But we are just concentrating on this medical area.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 엔싱의 대표인 김혜연입니다. 여기 굉장히 멋진 분들이 많이 와 계신 것 같습니다. 여러분, 꽃이나 식물들 굉장히 많이 좋아하실 것 같습니다. 네, 여기 계신 분들 중에 집이나 회사에서 화초나 이런 꽃들을 키워보신 적이 있으신 분들이 분명히 있을 것 같습니다. 넘겨주세요. 예, 죄송합니다. 예, 여기 계신 분들이 화초를 집이나 회사에서 키워보신 경험들이 한두 번은 있을 것 같은데요. 동시에 이렇게 화분을 죽여보신 경험들도 분명히 있을 것 같습니다. 자, 제가 이번에 바지를 한번 키워보려고 하는데요. 여기 계신 분들 중에서 바지를 키우는 방법을 저에게 알려주실 수 있는 분이 있으실까요? 예, 아마 없으실 것 같습니다. 그래서 제가 인터넷에서 바지를 키우는 방법을 한번 검색을 해보겠습니다. 바지를 키우는 방법을 검색을 하고 사이트에 보면 굉장히 많은 정보들이 나와 있습니다. 첫 번째 사이트에 한번 들어가 보겠습니다. 네, 굉장히 어렵네요. 제가 이걸 보고 바지를 어떻게 키워야 되는지 저는 잘 모르겠어요. 다른 사이트를 한번 가보도록 하겠습니다. 예, 이 사이트는 그래도 비교적 설명이 잘 돼 있는 것 같습니다. 이 글들을 보면 제가 바지를 어떻게 키우는지 과연 잘 배울 수 있을까요? 조금 어려울 것 같습니다. 그리고 저는 굉장히 일이 많고 해외 출장도 잦습니다. 제가 집에 있는 바지를 잘 키울 수 있을지 의문이 들고 있습니다. 플랜티는 인터넷에 연결된 스마트 화분입니다. 여러분들은 이 플랜티 안에 포함된 센서나 와이파이 모듈 그리고 워터 펌프들을 이용해서 언제 어디서나 집안의 화초를 관리할 수가 있습니다. 한번 보여드리겠습니다. 전원 USB 전원을 연결을 하고 나면 집안의 홈 공유기에 자동으로 연결이 되게 됩니다. 그리고 스마트폰을 통해서 전 세계 언제 어디에서나 집안에 있는 화초를 관리하고 키울 수가 있는 것입니다. 그리고 스마트폰에서 언제나 주변 환경, 온도와 습도, 조도 같은 주변 환경들도 모니터할 수 있습니다. 넘어가도록 하겠습니다. 저희는 이 플랜티를 지난달 킥스타터 플랫폼에 런칭을 했습니다. 그리고 한 달 안에 10만 불이라는 목표 금액을 달성했습니다. 지금도 아직 9일이 남아 있습니다. 아직 여기 계신 분들 중에 이 플랜티를 구매하지 않으신 분들은 아직 9일이라는 시간이 남아 있으니까 빨리 서둘러 주시면 감사드리겠습니다. 그리고 저희의 다음은 그 중국 현지 시장을 타겟으로 한 중국 현지의 클라우드 펀딩 플랫폼에 제품을 런칭을 할 예정입니다. 다음 달쯤에 런칭이 될 예정입니다. 근데 저희는 이런 생각을 하게 되었습니다. 저희가 화분을 쉽고 간단하게 이런 스마트폰을 이용해서 키울 수 있다면 모든 사람들이 자신들이 먹을 수 있는 먹거리들을 쉽고 편하게 키울 수 있게 만들 수 있지 않을까? 우리의 기술을 이용해서 말이죠. 그런데 이미 미국에는 8,500만 명 이상의 푸드 가드너들이 존재하고 이 사람들은 매년 29조 원을 가드닝에 지출을 하고 있습니다. 이 사람들은 자신들이 키우는 다양한 식물들을 관리하고 재배법을 기록하고 찾아볼 수 있는 서비스들을 원하고 있습니다. 라이프라는 어플리케이션인데요. 스마트 재배 일지 서비스입니다. 저희는 지난해 7월 이 서비스의 베타 서비스를 시작했고요. 다양한 식물을 한 번에 관리하고 타임라인으로 시간 순서로 내가 어떻게 식물을 키웠는지를 처음부터 볼 수가 있습니다. 그리고 해당 데이터들도 확인할 수가 있습니다. 저희 지난해 7월에 베타 서비스를 시작하고 나서 현재까지 8,000개 이상의 식물 데이터들을 사용자들이 직접 입력한 식물 데이터들을 확보를 하였습니다. 이 중 98%의 사용자들은 한국이 아닌 해외에서 유입이 되고 있고요. 43%는 미국 사용자들로 구성되어 있습니다. 기본적으로 재배 과정을 기록하는 것들은 무료고요. 그리고 재배법을 코칭을 받거나 재배법을 다운받을 수 있는 이런 데이터 서비스들은 월간 페이를 받고 있습니다. 그리고 뭔가 저희가 스마트폰 앱에서 그냥 기록만 하는 서비스로는 뭔가 부족하겠죠. 그래서 오늘 이 자리에서 처음 소개해드리는 가든 센서 플랜토입니다.
플랜토?
플랜토는 기존의 화분에 그리고 기존의 정원에 바로 꽂아서 쓸 수 있는 센서 타입의 제품입니다. 그리고 스마트폰을 이용해서 언제 어디서나 식물 주변의 환경 상태를 확인할 수 있고요. 게이트웨이를 이용하면 여러 개의 센서들을 언제 실시간으로 정보들을 확인할 수 있는 제품입니다. 플랜토는 단 5불에 판매가 될 예정입니다. 이것은 다른 가든 센서 제품들에 비해서 20분의 1에 해당하는 굉장히 싼 가격입니다. 그리고 배터리 수명은 2년 이상이 가게 됩니다. 저희는 이미 워킹 프로토타입을 개발을 했고요. 이번 여름 제품 판매를 시작할 예정입니다. 하지만 저희의 비전은 단순히 화분이나 가든에 머물지 않습니다. 저희는 농업시장이라는 시장 전체를 변화시키는 회사로 성장을 하려고 하고 있고 멀지 않은 미래에 우주에 농장을 지을 꿈도 가지고 있습니다. 저는 2010년부터 한국의 농업회사에서 해외 사업을 담당하면서 많은 온실을 짓고 운영을 했었습니다. 그리고 저희 팀은 최고의 개발자들과 디자이너들로 이루어져 있습니다. 저희와 함께 즐거운 가드닝을 시작해 보시기 바랍니다. 감사합니다.
네, 정말 아름다운 프로덕트인 것 같아요.
네, 감사합니다.
네, 저 개인적으로 이런 종류의 회사 좋아하는데 너무 간단하고 다 안 된다고 그러는데 비전이 큰 회사인 것 같아요.
예.
근데 이거보단 좀 더 있어야 될 것 같은데 이 플랜트 센서 다음에 큰 비전을 위해서 어떤 것들 더 하실 거예요?
저희가 지금 2단계에서 하고 있는 것들은 이런 하드웨어들을 주로 선보이고 있지만 저희가 궁극적으로 추구하고 있는 것들은 재배 데이터들을 확보하고 재배 데이터들을 제공하는 일입니다. 왜냐하면 식물이나 농업이라는 산업에 있어서 이런 재배법이라는 것들은 하나의 보틀넥을 이루고 있거든요. 왜냐하면 시설이 아무리 좋아도 재배법을 알지 못하면 식물을 키울 수가 없기 때문에 그렇습니다. 저희는 이렇게 수집한 재배 데이터를 가지고 현재 전 세계에서 가장 큰 회사, 농업 회사인 프리바를 모델로 그 프리바를 뛰어넘는 회사로 성장하는 것들을 목표로 하고 있습니다.
예, 프리바는 사실은 B2C 모델이 아니라 B2B 모델이거든요.
예, 맞습니다.
근데 지금 프로덕트는 다 B2C 프로덕트이고 이런 프로덕트들이 농업에 디스럽트 할 수 있는 잠재력은 충분히 있다라고 이해는 하는데
네.
실제 어떤 형태의 비즈니스 모델을 가지고서 나갈지에 대한 고민이 좀 더 필요할 것 같고 지금 계속 고민하시겠지만 지금 혹시 아이디어가 있으면 좀 설명해 주시면 좋을 것 같습니다.
예, 그래서 저희는 우선은 스타트업이기 때문에 굉장히 가볍고 빠르게 가려는 전략을 가지고 있고요. 그래서 농업이라는 큰 무거운 그리고 변하기 쉽지 않은 시장을 택하는 대신에 가든이라는 시장을 먼저 타겟팅을 했습니다. 그래서 똑같이 방금 말씀드린 것처럼 저희는 하드웨어를 전략적으로 비즈니스 모델로 갖고 있지 않습니다. 그래서 저희는 이런 재배 데이터를 확보하고 있기 때문에 예를 들어 라이프라는 모바일 서비스에서 유료 가입 고객에게는 아예 센서 제품을 무료로 그냥 제공하는 이런 비즈니스 전략을 가지고 있거든요. 예, 그래서 장기적으로 이런 서비스 모델, 데이터 모델로 나갈 계획입니다.
Can you talk a little bit more about your team? Like who's on your team and what are their specialties?
죄송합니다. 잘 안 들립니다.
팀에 대해서 소개해 달라고요. 팀이 어떤
팀이요?
예, 팀.
예. 예, 저는 한글로 해도 되죠. 예. 저는 2010년부터 농업회사에서 일을 하면서 농업시장을 경험을 했고요. 그리고 원래 백그라운드는 전자공학을 전공했습니다. 그리고 지난 2012년부터는 전자부품연구원이라는 국제연구소에서 IoT 플랫폼 개발을 했습니다. 그리고 저희 팀원들은 한양대학교라는 학교를 베이스로 이루어진 팀이고요. 그리고 저희 CTO 같은 경우는 생산기술연구원에서 5년 이상의 연구 경력을 가지고 있습니다. 우주 로봇이라던가 3D 스캐너 이런 쪽에 개발을 했었고요. 그리고 저희 소프트웨어를 담당하고 있는 CSO는 소프트웨어 분야에서 8년 이상 개발을 하고 있습니다. 그리고 저번에는 스타트업의 CTO로 있었고요. 그리고 저희 디자이너는 레드닷 디자인 어워드에서 베스트 오브 더 베스트를 받은 굉장히 실력 있는 친구입니다. 그리고 다른 한 명은 이제 마케팅과 제품 개발, 운영 이런 쪽을 담당하고 있는 친구입니다.
So who's going to sell all this stuff? Who's your main salesperson?
판매 담당하는 친구. 예, 여기 CEO, 남색이라는 CEO가 있는데요. 이 친구는 과거에 미국과 캐나다에서 어떤 세일즈 매니저를 했었고요. 한국에서는 프랜차이저 회사의 슈퍼바이징을 담당을 했던 사람입니다.
그것보다 향후에 세일즈 채널 어떻게 만들고 어떤 채널 통해서 판매할 것인가에 대한 피드백을 드리는 게 좋을 것 같아요.
예, 죄송합니다. 저희는 현재 일단 킥스타터의 제품을 성공적으로 런칭을 하고 목표 금액을 달성을 했습니다. 현재 한국뿐만 아니라 일본, 중국, 유럽, 미국과 같은 곳에서 리셀러와 디스트리뷰터들이 굉장히 많은 컨택을 보내주고 있습니다. 그래서 아까 말씀을 드린 것처럼 중국 시장에 그냥 크라우드 펀딩에 런칭하는 게 아니라 이미 그쪽 회사들과 커뮤니케이션을 하고 있고 그쪽 유통이나 리셀러들까지 같이 해서 시장에 이제 접근을 할 예정입니다.
I'm asking the question in English. Data service business model is great, but I have a question about hardware. So right now I understand it's simple hardware. It's so many competitors in there, right? So do you have any vision? The adding new sensor or like a technology into this devices? Your vision of the hardware.
네, 그래서 제가 이해한 게 맞다면 비즈니스 모델에 대해서 말씀하신 건가요?
No, I mean just hardware.
하드웨어 지금 있는 것에서부터 앞으로 더 확장이라든가 다른 프로덕트 라인업을 할 계획은 어떤지를 물어본다라고 생각합니다.
죄송합니다. 정말 안 들립니다.
아, 예.
네. 네.
이것만으로 끝나는 건지 아니면 이것과 다른 센서를 추가하거나 아니면 다른 프로덕트 라인업을 할 계획이 있는 건지.
예, 지금까지 하드웨어 라인업은 지금 두 가지를 가지고 있습니다. 그리고 점차 서비스 모델 쪽으로 비즈니스 모델을 확립을 할 계획입니다.
안녕하세요. 건축가이자 프로그래머인 아키드로우 대표 이주성입니다. 잘 부탁드립니다. 건축하는 사람들은 꿈이 있습니다. 어떤 공간들을 표현하는 것이죠. 그 공간들이 아주 작더라도 말이죠. 이런 멋진 집을 지으려면 이런 3D 모델링은 가장 기초적이고 중요한 작업입니다. VR까지 포함되죠. 하지만 일반인에겐 매우 어렵습니다. 물론 DIY를 즐겨하는 일반인도 마찬가지입니다. 심지어 전문가들 역시 이것을 배우려면 5개월의 시간이 걸리고 2,000불 정도가 소요됩니다. 이것을 만약 구현하려고 하려면 건물을 실측하고 2D, 3D, VR까지 구현한다면 총 2주간의 시간이 걸립니다. 저희는 이런 문제를 해결하고자 합니다. 아이폰보다 가볍고 포터블한 이 기계입니다. 저희 제품은 보편적인 가격과 30초 만에 이러한 공간들을 표현할 수 있습니다. 다시 말하면 일반인도 이제 건축가가 될 수 있다는 말입니다. 저는 이것을 바로 아키스케치라 부릅니다. 바로 이것이죠. 3D 시장은 점점 유망한 시장으로 이미 알려져 있는 바가 있고요. 다음은 시연 영상 보시겠습니다. 지금 시연할 공간은 우리나라에서 제일 국가적으로 최고인 기관 창업진흥원입니다. 각 포인트를 찍고요. 그 포인트마다 거리를 계산합니다. 포인트를 기반으로 2D가 나오고 3D가 구현되는데요. VR 역시 구현이 됩니다. 내가 가지 않은 곳을 먼저 경험해 볼 수 있고 그곳에 있는 빛의 위치, 가구의 위치, 모든 모습을 판단해 볼 수 있습니다. 저희는 이것을 2015년 프리오더 받고 있습니다. 저희 아키드로우 플랫폼을 쓰고 있는 500개의 회사가 이미 80% 정도 이미 선 주문을 하였습니다. 저희는 이런 특허권을 갖고 있고요. 추후에는 건물을 배치해보고, 가구를 배치해보고, 전자제품을 배치해보고 그 공간 안에서 바로 모든 걸 살 수 있도록 할 예정입니다. 그 다음 이 화면 일반인이 빈민층에게 집을 지어주거나 꾸며주는 그런 세계적인 봉사활동 단체 헤비타트에서 저희 제품을 쓴 화면입니다. 저희 인원은 CEO인 저와 개발자들로 되어 있으며 어드바이저로는 실리콘밸리의 창업가이면서 성공적인 투자자인 비욘드 시큐리티의 아비람 지에닉 저희 어드바이저로 있습니다. 저희는 다양한 사업을 하였고요. 저희의 플랫폼 중에서는 아키드로우라는 공정관리 시스템, 라이크 인테리어라는 인테리어 견적 시스템 모두 플랫폼에서 현재 1위 하고 있습니다. 제가 저희 아키드로우의 근본적인 기술을 설명하는 걸 깜빡했네요. 시연 영상 한번 보시겠습니다. 이쪽에서 시연할 거니까 봐주시면 고맙겠습니다. 자신이 원하는 그림을 그리고 바로 카메라로 찍으면 바로 3D로 구현됩니다. VR 역시 가능하고요. 이것이 저의 시연 모습입니다. 시연 영상입니다. 자신이 원하는 어떤 공간이라든지 쉽게 손쉽게 소비자들도 역시 표현할 수 있다는 말입니다. 다음으로 넘어가겠습니다. 아키드로우는 건축 VR 기술로 시작하지만 추후에는 소비자와 많이 연결을 할 수 있는 다양한 플랫폼을 만들 것입니다. 그리고 또한 한 분야의 건축 분야에만 국한되어 있었고 다양한 분야, 게임, 플랜트, 자동차 등에 진출할 것입니다. 저희는 아키드로우입니다. 잠시만요.
I mean, I was not quite sure about the product itself. Is it for the architect to come up with the 3D image, or like the real estate agent to take a photo of the apartment to make a 3D data? So what will be the the usage of your technology?
도면을 사용하는 어떠한 분야도 활용할 수 있을 겁니다. 첫 번째로는 인테리어 분야에 먼저 시장에 진출할 것이고 그 다음에는 건축 분야, 그 다음엔 B2C 부분은 DIY 시장을 잡고 있습니다.
예, 저도 같은 맥락에서 질문인데요. 좀 더 큰 시장을 본다면 예를 들면 엔터테인먼트, 게임 이런 더 큰 시장이 더 큰 B2C 시장이 가능할 것 같은데 그쪽 시장에 대한 어떤 뭐 아이디어나 계획 같은 거는 있나요?
그거에 대해서 먼저 말씀드리자면 저희가 건축 분야를 먼저 시작한 것은 지금 현재 3D 스캐너 부분들은 가격적인 경쟁력으로는 엄청나기 때문입니다. 지금 3D 스캐너는 8천만 원에서 1억 1천만 원 정도 하는 그런 고가의 가격이고요. 건축에서 쓰는 스캐너는요. 그래서 저희가 빠르게 진출할 수 있는 시장이 먼저 건축이라고 생각했고 인테리어라고 생각했습니다. 게임에 대해서 말씀하시는 건데 저희가 아까 마지막에 보여드렸던 손으로 그려서 어떤 가상 공간이라도 창출할 수 있는 공간, 그거는 그 의미는 무엇이었냐면 개발자, 소비자 모두 다양한 플랫폼을 만들 수 있다는 얘기입니다. 그리고 오큘러스 같은 거에서 아직은 연동은 되지 않지만 추후에 연동하면 소비자들도 그 컨텐츠를 만들 수 있다는 얘기입니다.
전화에 붙이는 3D 스캐너는 얼마예요?
네?
가격은 얼마예요?
저희는 99불로 잡았습니다. 그리고 또 말씀드린 게 99불로 잡았던 거는 일단은 시장성이 없다고 판단하실 수 있는데 저희가 하고 싶은 거는 이 하드웨어를 빠르게 보급하고 그 안에서 새로운 부가가치를 아까 마켓 같은 것을 창출하는 게 일단 목표고요. 그래서 거기에서 안에서 저희는 수익을 창출할 생각입니다.
지금 뭐 데모 프로덕트라도 뭐 마켓 트랙션이 있나요?
마켓 트랙션이라는 게
뭐 시장에서 팔려서 실제로 고객들이 쓰고
네.
그런 게 있나요?
지금 현재 저희가 아키드로우 플랫폼이 원래 공사 작업 일지라는 그 프로젝트 매니지먼트 인포메이션 서비스라는 원래 건축에 쓰는 시스템이었는데요. 저희가 모바일 플랫폼에서 무료로 팔아서 500개 정도의 빠른 시일 내에 3개월 안에 500개 정도가 시장에 들어왔고요. 그것을 지금 알파 테스트, 베타 테스트를 그 분들 위주로 하고 있습니다. 그리고 그렇게 말씀드렸죠. 아까 그리고 말씀드렸던 거는 저희가 80% 정도 일단은 선주문을 받았다는 게 그 반증이라고 생각합니다.
그 팀은 어떻게 만나서 지금 이제까지 오게 됐나요?
저희는 전국 개발자 모임이라는 현직자와 대학생, 서울대 중심으로 했던 그런 소셜 네트워크에서 만났고요. 그리고 또한 저희 친구들, 저희 어렸을 때부터 친구들이 같이 도와주고 있고 여러 번 사업을 했지만 지금 현재 두 번 정도 망했지만 세 번째로 이제 잘 되고 있습니다.
are you thinking about rental model? Because actually I just moved into new apartment, and I'm like maybe I don't need to buy one, but I just want to make a 3D data of my apartment for just one time because I want to simulate the furniture in my apartment. So maybe renting just for one for the consumer usage could be interesting.
일단은 이 디바이스 부분은 일단 건축가나 전문가 위주로 판매를 할 생각이고, 그 이유는 아까 보셨던 소비자가 그냥 그려서도 3D가 나오고 그 안에서 가구가 배치되고 가능합니다. 저희가 맨 처음에는 소비자한테 이 디바이스를 보급하려고 했었는데 99,000원이라는 가격도 소비자들은 가격에 대한 장벽을 느끼기 때문에 아예 손으로 그려서 3D를 만들 수 있고 VR을 가능하다면 오히려 더 좋을 것 같다고 생각을 해서 이제는 아까 보셨던 그렇게 그냥 종이에 그림만 올려서 가구를 사거나 배치해 볼 수 있습니다.
Hello. Thanks for having me. So, my name is Son Jung-un. I'm a co-founder at Fluenty. So, here's a picture of smartwatches from the early days. It's actually a collection from my co-founder. And what he's been thinking of recently was an alternative input method for smartwatches. I mean, I really like the notification feature because I get every information coming into my phone, but I don't need to take my phone out every time. And over half of such notifications are text messages. I assume it's the same for many of you. But I found there's not much I can do on it. Here, I got a message. One thing I can do with it would just ignore it or use a voice input like OK Google or Siri. But if you're on a crowded street or on a subway, that's no good. Not only because the distracting noise will hurt the accuracy of speech recognition, but it's still awkward talking to your phone or watch in a public space. I did it several times before on a subway, and people around me just looked at me very strangely. You probably don't want that. An alternative way would be these kinds of modified keyboards, but they're just not as convenient as getting my phone out. So then, can we do better? We actually observed that about 30% of text messages people send and receive every day are repetitive. Then what if we could predict how people are going to respond to a message coming in? That's why we built TALKEY. Let me show you a quick video to see how it works.
Introducing TALKEY. TALKEY is a reply suggestion app for your smartwatch. When you receive a message, TALKEY suggests possible replies to you. All you have to do is select one of them. That's it. With TALKEY, you can easily send replies anywhere, whatever situation you're in. You can send a reply with a couple of swipes and taps, and it lets you keep doing what you're doing. You don't have to take your smartphone out of your pocket, and it takes no time at all, only a few seconds. Reply anytime in a second. TALKEY.
Great. So we're launching TALKEY Android app next week. And we currently support SMSs on Android, and other platforms will be supported soon. And you know the Apple Watch has been released last month, and it had a sold out on day one. Maybe next year, we will see many people on the street wearing smartwatches. And TALKEY here aims to be the first must-have app for smartwatch users. Okay, now let me talk about what's next. We think that the core value of our solution is the ability to provide human-like responses. So what basically TALKEY does is it receives a message notification and analyzes the text and then provides you a list of possible responses which are very human-like, unlike other auto-reply apps. That comes from our NLP and machine learning modules based on the massive conversation data. We've collected over 400 conversational text data, and from this database, the system learns meanings, key expressions, and predicts relevant responses. And we think that this kind of machine intelligence in the end should understand and respond to what people said in their everyday language. But I know that it's a kind of huge problem that can't be solved in a single step. So TALKEY, in practice, TALKEY covers the daily chat part. And the second one above is another application built for question and answering. It's in progress, yet it gives reasonable answers to questions asking for some opinions or recommendations. And beyond, we believe there's tremendous value in other applications like customer support automation, social robots, and interactive applications in children education, and so on. I don't think I can count everything here. So the NLP module keeps processing the raw data and feeding them into the learning module. And the learning module does vectorization, clustering, and prediction jobs, which is essentially built upon text deep learning techniques. Our team is 3 of us. We have worked at Naver, Daum, Kakao as software engineers in search, machine learning, and text analysis. So in terms of market, there's not exactly the same one like us. But at least I think I can tell you some estimates of related markets. These are projections, and I don't know the exact number we could take over here, but I think Q&As and information sharing services or machine intelligence assistants are some of those areas comparable to us in terms of the nature of value delivered to users. M&As and partnering are also very active, and these are some of startups in NLP or machine intelligence, and recently funded or acquired, and the valuations were at least tens of millions. And you know the trend in this field is moving from image and speech processing to language understanding. And think about the future where a machine intelligence understands what people ask for and can do tedious tasks for us. So we believe there's so much potential to have an impact, and we'll make it. Thank you.
In terms of data, deep learning stuff, you described that there, some input from SNS, right? Like Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
So would you explain how does work?
How does the learning part work? You mean?
Yeah. What type of data, from social media? Like it's more like social communication, but it's not one-to-one, the interaction, right?
Yeah, kind of. So there are publicly available conversational data, and it covers many subjects, So you mean that how?
No, I mean like the Facebook, doesn't allow the access to the Facebook Messenger, one-to-one communication data, right?
Yes.
So like do you gather the data from like a Facebook, wall, comment type of data, and it seems like it's not so relevant to the communication, the learning how to communicate.
So actually, I can't hear clearly because of the echo. So could you just speak a little more louder? A little louder.
My question was like, the social media is more like, the one-to-many communication, right? But
Okay. All right. So basically, our learning module look at the entire thread of conversation, and if you so look at the entire thread of conversation, and from a given conversation thread, you can extract some kind of feedback. So if someone asks for some information and the other guy just didn't answer that, or another guy if answered that question, then the original person who asked for would express somehow appreciation or something. So if you look at the entire thread of conversation, you can extract the exact information what you want. So, and the learning module learns the representation, high-level representation of the message, and extracting topics or things like that. So basically, that's how it works.
TALKEY has personalization?
Or is that?
The personalization.
Personalization. Personalization is, I think, that's one of what we really want to do. But at the moment, we need more steps to get there. So yeah, I think so. In the future, we hope definitely we hope to do that. Yeah.
네, 뭐 질문보다는 피드백이라고 얘기할 수 있을 것 같은데요.
네.
이 기술을 서비스를 제공하기 위한 기반 기술은 굉장히 어드밴스되어 있는 것 같은데 지금 해결하려고 하는 문제는 너무 작은 세그먼트라고 보여져요. 그래서 가능하면 이 그 내추럴 랭귀지 프로세싱 기술을 가지고 좀 더 큰 기회를 찾을 수 있는 서비스 모델, 비즈니스 모델을 찾을 수 있으면 좋을 것 같습니다.
네. I mean, I could answer not like exact answer, but I could tell you some more on that. Because and only in Korea, I like $100 billion are being spent on customer support, and that's the area where people do the exactly same job over and over again. And if you have a stack of FAQ data, then we can learn from that because our system is quite flexible. So if you give me some conversational or question and answering data in some specific domain, then this agent could answer or respond to what you've asked for. So that's kind of, I don't think it's a small market. So anyway, thanks.
I'd like to ask you about the competition. I think that your company has a really good technology, high technology, but we can also say that it's not that high technology. Google, Apple, Facebook can do it. They have more data, and they can do it pretty soon. So how do you protect the competition? How do you protect your company from the competition from the other big companies?
Yeah. Okay, for now, I don't think there's a company who is doing exactly the same thing like us, or in terms of approach. So our first application, as you saw, it's like solving, I think it's pretty unique, solving an interface problem by using prediction analytics sort of things. So, yeah, I mean, we'll try, do our best, I guess.
So, will this primarily be a service model, or will you be licensing your technology to smartwatch makers? Like, what's your business model, I guess, for the first 1 or 2 years?
You mean the watch app, or yeah? For now, we're thinking about we plan to release this app for free at first, because actually we're doing some closed beta test, and yeah, for the app we're gonna release it for free, and the backend part, as I said before, there's a lot of potential, but before that we need to focus on pinpoint the target market. I mean, so actually we're meeting a couple of potential partners. So the solution part is different from the app part. Okay. All right. Thanks.